Now we will start with the second case study, that is the oil spills in coastal USA. So before we begin with this topic, let us understand some important terms. Like for example, oil rig. It is a structure above an oil well on land or on sea that has special equipment attached to it for drilling and removing oil from the ground. So here children, in this picture you can see this is an oil rig which has been constructed above the sea floor. So the oil is actually obtained from below the sea floor by drilling operation. And another important term here is an oil spill. It is the release of liquid petroleum hydrocarbon into the environment, especially the marine ecosystem, due to human activity, and it is a form of pollution. So children, there are certain conditions under which oil spill takes place. Alright, so it occurs during drilling operations, cleaning of tankers, and leaks from pipelines and storage tanks. So here you can see in the picture given below, this is an example of an oil spill. Now today our topic is about the Deepwater Horizon disaster. Now this actually took place in the offshore Macondo oil rig, which was called the Deepwater Horizon, and it was located in the Gulf of Mexico. So what happened was that there was a massive explosion after a blowout in the rig, and as a result of this there was huge fire. So let us see the pictures here. Over here you can see the picture how the oil rig caught fire. So what happened is that this was also termed as BP oil spill, since the rig was owned by BP PLC or British Petroleum. So it is considered as the largest oil spill in the history of petroleum industry, and an estimated 4.9 million barrels of oil was discharged into the water. So the spill started in April 2010 and it continued till September 2010. See the number of months it took. Ultimately in September 2010 it was sealed. So here children, you can see the picture of the fire, and this is the rig which was on fire. Here also you can see the massive explosion which took place. Here you can see how with the help of water spray they are trying to extinguish the fire. And here you can see the picture of the oil spill. So children, oil is actually very viscous in nature. It does not mix with water and it starts to float on water. And what happens is that it affects marine life because the marine life gets suffocated in the absence of air. Now we will see the effects. So here you can see the oil spill. You can see it is a dark, thick kind of a material because it is crude oil. So you can see how it has formed a coating above the sea surface. You can see the beaches which have been contaminated. So children, this is an example of a man-made disaster. Now let us see the consequences on marine life. Now in this picture you can see how the bodies of the aquatic animals is coated with oil. Alright, so what happens is that the chemicals, they leave a residual black layer on the feathers of birds and fur of mammals, causing them to die or drown. If the oil spill reaches the coast, it destroys fishing and tourism. Here you can see in this picture, here it's written the beach is closed because the oil spill cleanup is in progress. So children, the tourism also gets affected because of the oil spill. Here you can see the cleanup work in progress. Here you can see the viscous material which has been collected. So children, in the inquiry which was done, it was found that the BP PLC, British Petroleum, was found guilty of cost cutting inadequate safety system and legal proceedings are still continuing. So children, this is a very big, it is an example of a man-made disaster which greatly affected the environment, and it also affected the marine ecosystem. It caused the death of aquatic plants and animals.